Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Chloe here, and we're going to be checking out another episode of First Bite. Hopefully today we're going to be getting through Laurel's route, but given my track record with these games, I haven't been doing well. Kiwi is in the back. He is currently causing destruction, and it might create several interruptions as we're playing the game, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it our best goddamn try here. I literally don't even know what the whole point of the eye color is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Okay, we're gonna keep.
You've got all that from
Laurel entertained.
I'm being. I think, but not what.
Is that supposed to...
Well, it's not.
Ugh.
To varying degrees of
Hi.
success. Are you sure?
Stop. Kiwi, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Stop. You can't go back there. I don't want you to. You can't. He likes it back behind the... My little cat, I'm trying to refuse to let him go back there. He likes it back there because he can, because it's warm. So he likes sitting back there because it's warm and it's cozy and he thinks it's his own little space. But I keep telling him no. Like, guys, I've literally tried everything I can to get this little cat to stop going back behind my computer because it's starting to make, like, my big screen glitch out. Like, my screen was going green a couple times earlier before we started. I've even started, like, hissing because when I was younger and I was raising puppies, like, I was told the thing that you do to make puppies stop doing bad things is you kind of emulate their language and, like, what their mothers would do. So, like, stop, you are being held. You cannot, nope, you're not going to be let go. You might have to leave the room, my love. You might have to leave the room. So, when my dogs were really little, I used to, like, we would yip. We would just, like, bark really high-pitched to make sure that they knew that, like, something hurt, and this is how you communicate to them that it hurts. And if they couldn't calm down or if they were being super rowdy, then what we also did was mother dogs, what they'll do is they'll roll the puppy onto their back and then they'll put a hand firmly on their chest to get them to calm down and be like, no. But that doesn't work with Kiwi, obviously. So I'm, like, sitting here running myself ragged trying to figure out what I need to do to, like, yeah. And then someone suggested online, they were like, hiss, and he'll stop doing it. And it's worked a little bit, but he still loves, like, just right behind this desktop. He still loves it. Okay, sweet boy, I think you gotta leave the room. I think you gotta leave the room until I'm done recording, honey. Okay.
What do you mean?
He unfortunately had to leave the room.
Right.
Bring it. I'm thinking about...
That erotica does seem...
How does he keep... Not that I...
Ugh. It's called...
Okay. Mind tricks.
Oh. Ugh.
Okay. I want to be like you.
You do know.
Okay, Laurel.
I'll warn you to...
Okay, so that's...
Follow me.
Okay, so we got Laurel. Great. Fantastic. Sorry that I haven't been reading. Again, I'm just kind of trying to get to the
Welcome
ends.
to my wing of the house. Please, after you.
I'm afraid.
What are you waiting for?
Okay. What is that? That doesn't look good. Oh my god. Wait, is that a phone? Is that... Oh, wait. How did I not notice all these things over here? Oh my god. Oh no. What's this? A few minutes ago, you were overflowing with wonder, with excitement.
You wanted my attention, and now you have it.
Don't tell me you're worried now that you're trapped in my creepy lair. Feels very domestic. Like, just the contrast of this and this. The fact that he likes knitting. I'm afraid you picked the wrong haunted house to break into, if that's true. We don't keep that many secrets between us, my alien dad.
Or rather, I should say, they keep none from me.
Okay. I didn't break in. I nudged an already slightly ajar door wider open. I turned the attention, my appreciation jumping from that tight leather harness to those nails again. Wowzers, imagine all 10 of those sharpened points teasing my skin, threatening to draw my irresistibly sweet blood. A full-body tingle overtakes me where I stand, peculiar and reckless.
At least you're not boring me yet.
Laurel eyes me with an air of inevitability, nails tapping a hypnotic rhythm against...
Come here, then.
Come hither. Okay, I'm gonna sit down.
Your feast for starving eyes, I'll admit.
Thank you. I feel like there's a catch, so do you think I'm hot? Laura considers me with a pitying gleam, one that says I don't quite get it yet.
No, I wouldn't go that far. However, would your tongue still waggle if I didn't think you had potential?
That's so rude. All y'all are so rude.
I'll say that I find appeal in the harmony of your features.
Okay. I've had plenty of time to play with language.
A lot of languages, and a lot of people eager to taste what my tongue can offer.
Okay, now that feels like a hot lava injection straight to the gut. All the steamy paranormal erotica stored in my head will never compare. What you can offer. As in partners? I feel their smile as an encouraging caress, like the invisible press of a hand at the small of my back, urging me onward. Of a sort. Oh yeah, this is promising. At least a lot more promising than fangs at my neck.
What about you?
Now that we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, I cough, squirming in the chair. It's not that I'm inexperienced by human measures, not to toot my own horn, but I do pretty well when I put my best foot forward. By the vampiric standards, on the other hand, you don't have to worry, I know what I'm doing. Oh, do you? It's like staring into the sun, looking up from within their shadow. I have this urge, this compulsion to speak under their enchanting gaze. Peculiar, that's fair. You don't end up in my line of work without being a little eccentric.
Your line of what?
I run a website for all things paranormal. It's pretty popular now. I'm kind of a big deal. Laura laughs, and it's such a rewarding sound that I barely notice the cold fingers playing with my throat.
Will you write about me on your blog if you survive, little rabbit?
Survive? I was hoping to do more than that. There's a silence, this quiet that feels intentional, pointed. Like I'm being trained to wait. The thought dislodges a fluttery feeling from somewhere between my ribs.
The night is young.
Indeed it is. The look he gives me feels like I'm the final beam in a burning house, collapsing.
Let's see how it grows.
Laurel he steps away from me, leaving me cooling in that chair.
I'm a bit of a collector, I should say.
I'm nervous as to what that can mean. Butterfly specimens.
Once upon a time, there flourished quite the market for those little suckers. Stamp exchanging made for easy victims by way of the Sunday classifieds.
Ads in local newspapers makes sense. Before internet forums, they were one of the few ways to find a fellow eccentric. Kind of genius to turn them into your own personal feeding ground. Wait, you meant to say playing cards, right? In the living room, Laurel looked every bit the poker pro, gearing up to play a winning hand before I interrupted. I can't imagine them schooling nerds with a meticulously customized deck.
I always say exactly what I mean to, sweet one.
And I meant the cards used for dueling. Magic or monsters? They don't miss a beat.
Monsters, obviously.
I'm sorry, wait, that was obvious? Do I look like the type to brandish a wand or wizard hat? I mean, yes?
I might be. Who can say?
Are you saying that it's time to duel? It's time to duel. Oh my god. Oh my god. How many people can
I'm saying hold out your hands. 2 sets are needed to get a good round going.
What? When they slide the drawer shut... What? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. This is like more elaborate BDSM than I'd ever care for in my life. So elaborate. Purple yarn sculpture levitating between my hands.
Ever heard of Cat's Cradle?
Oh, right, the kid string game. Kids game. Oh,
Like me, the game is older than it looks.
what? Called Ayatori by Edo Period Lovers. Hei by Hei, I think, by Hawaiian cantors. Nastia by my very own mother. The game of string fingers has been played far longer than you and I have been alive, little mortal. You learn something new every day. How long would that be exactly?
Have a guess.
At least 200.
You see the vast gulf. This is the first figure, the game's namesake. The Cat's Cradle.
Your turn. And the cat's in the cradle with the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. Son, when you
Little more
coming
cautious
home,
than
Dad,
one
I
might
don't
expect of a
know
free
when.
meal.
We could get together then. You know I had a good time then.
Yes, you want to fuck and die. I haven't forgotten.
I'm so confused. Why are we playing this game?
It may surprise you to hear you're not the first to court our grand exit. I can mine pleasure from the depths of your fragile little throat. Indulge in the fleeting quality of your skin.
And Jesus Christ, is the quality of my skin fleeting. Especially fun to break the unbreakable when you beg so sweetly to be dismantled. The flummoxed honking of a petite morta never fails to entertain me. But depending on what churns inside that unusual mind of yours, you may become the first of sired in an age or two.
What kind of...
Wait, so they have sired a lot of people, then?
What kind of life do you think awaits you beyond the bite? What will you do with your newfound gifts?
What I'll do, huh? Bang my ex like a screen door. Okay, so...
You know... In fact, the games we play with each other require such a wealth of risks that we tend to refrain from sharing the rewards we gain from them.
Rewards?
That's what you're angling for, isn't it? A share in the power I've achieved after decades of hard work in this city?
Hey, wait a minute, that's not what
Wasn't it? I'll admit, that's the part I'm not entirely sure about. Only a fool would lay it all out like that, without bringing any real bargaining leverage to the table. Then again, the cleverest among us are often mistaken as fools. As court jesters, you might say.
I'm not that smart.
Either way,
I
I'm afraid
am not
I've
that smart.
never been welcoming of competition. Don't shrink away. Embrace me.
I don't want to. Fear seasons the power, hungry better than any spice you can see. Sweetens
I'll
the
drink
blood.
from you slowly.
Look, God damn it, Laurel. Laurel, God damn it. Laurel, 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 you piece of shit. Laurel, Laurel. Laurel, Laurel. Just kill a man.
Have I called myself an exhibition?
Okay, so...
Still just...
Black band.
Stop.
I take it off twice as fast for you.
Come here then. You're a feast. Now, however, would your tongue still... Where exactly... Where... I can drain you
Okay.
Hold. Perhaps it'll happen.
I'm gonna maybe try to save. I'm afraid. I feel like to get the fourth ending where you get everybody all at once, you have to...
I'm a bit of a... I do believe I see an... We immortal. How else would... How else... Of course. It's made in...
Okay.
Split.
Okay, let's try the Rube Goldberg machine.
But what? Is it the... You simply want to enjoy a good... With respect. Why, that...
I feel like this is like I feel like I'm in college level philosophy and I avoided it simply
I've
because
seen worse attempts.
I don't want to take philosophy. Oh my god. I'm sweating.
Do you understand? And play my next figure. Why apologize? You pushed me.
Ooh, okay, I'm making it a little further.
My mother, it's... She wasn't everywhere, endlessly cruel, the thieving of... But it was my mother who gave me my love of words. Having mastered 3 languages, not only
Sorry,
by necessity.
I've been clicking through mostly because I'm trying to get through the episode all in one.
But for the poetry of good conversation.
But also because I read so.
Though
Also because I
stared at
can't record for super
she
long.
loved me through life, death, and life a second time.
Obaifo, she called me, until she understood I was something else. Now that rings a bell. As a researcher of all things supernatural and paranormal, I'm nothing if not thorough in my explanation of legend of folklore. Obaifo, a West African vampire. Your mom thought you were an evil spirit and eater of despair. I don't try to hide the fluttery satisfaction I feel at the look of surprise softening Laurel's sharp feature. At first.
And even then, she let me live with her in comfort, provided I fed only from men who deserved it.
She made me promise to speak to them first, to hear them out, to collect their stories. To hear them out, to collect their stories. You see those writings on my walls. I keep the best of them. That's terrifying. The bit about his mom, though, pretty cool of her. Their smile makes me want to smile, too. What a strange
She
thing.
was an incredible woman.
A lot of vampire origin stories are tragic. The whole I'll never go back to my old life sob story. Hell, I admit to writing some myself. Laura laughs. I hope that it's with intrigue and not offense. Sob story, no.
You might call mine one of liberation. I was going to die, and badly. Stabbed at a pub that now sells boutique kitchenware. I would have bled out over better wages for silk weavers had my sire not saved me. You won't find my name in the archives, however. History can be trusted as much as those who tell it can be.
I listened intently to Laurel's stories, fully invested, but there's more I want to glean. Altruism may not have motivated her, but I consider myself rescued,
Maybe
yes.
I'll tell you more about her some other time.
Listen, Valeria?
Well, yeah, I did.
Okay, so yeah.
I can bend I can bend.
Ability to manipulate emotions.
Customary for vampires to test strangers invading their domain. We can be very territorial creatures.
How did that work out for you? I didn't expect Illy to respond to my push by...
But I can't say I didn't enjoy watching from my window.
Ah.
I kissed Illy first. Men like that require unsubtle guidance.
Yes. He was eager and Val was a force. I took them both to my bed and found myself fulfilled in no ways mortal could handle. We left the city together after I ensured my pretty feathers would be cared for.
I've been stuck with these beasts ever since.
Laurel exhales and holds out his hands to me.
That's quite enough, don't you think?
Don't you ever get cold? Like your nipples are exposed. Everybody has exposed nipples here.
You have on display.
Finish the game strong.
Show me your good.
No, no, I don't want to do that.
You still want me to take you apart?
Sure.
I think you've spent enough time in that chair. Don't you?
Yeah. Oh my god, on my knees. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh no. Don't be so eager to hurt yourself.
Not when I can do that for you. Would you like that?
Yes? But I like it.
Ah, there. That look.
That's a little hard. That's a little too hard to
sensation.
choke someone. I miss the sight of a good bruise forming on my own flesh, the black and blue stamp of a limit tested, of passionate terror and terrifying passion. Ooh. Your eyes are watering already. This won't be anything close to what you're used to, little rabbit. We are far beyond safe, sane, and consensual. No sterile word or snap of your fingers will save you once it gets started.
Say it. Tell me you want this.
Yes? Even as I see white, I know my uncomprehending eyes are blown as round and wide as dying stars. I'm as limp as a rag down Laurel's arms as he lowers my back onto the floor. His voice is distant yet somehow...
Let your unmaking commence.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
Ah, delicious.
Okay, okay. Any bruising will disappear during the term, but wherever I open your skin and let your blood run, you'll have a scar for a keepsake. Would you like a souvenir?
Speak.
I'm gonna say yes, but I'm a little uncomfortable, I gotta say. Wait, it's a slap? Wait, all you did was slap me? You said scars. They're like, you're gonna be scarred. I love how they're like, you're gonna be scarred. Oh. Oof. Oh my god, I'm bruising. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, they're turning me using my thigh? How was this so much easier than Ilias's route? Ilias is a himbo. And yet somehow I knew what to do with Laurel. What the hell? Like, what is wrong with me? It took an hour and a half for me to figure out Ilias.
Taste. Sweeter for the time we'll spend together when you wake.
Now, no more talking. Save your strength for your last meal as a human.
There's a good little hatchling. Swallow for me, pretty one.
Ooh, I do kind of like it when they call me a pretty one. Ooh.
Safe journey.
I have been reborn. I have been reborn. I have been reborn in my room.
There you are.
Aw. Oh my gosh. I'm being bound together by that string. Wouldn't string like chafe you though? Like, I just keep thinking about like the texture of yarn, and like when I was a little kid and they used to make us do those stupid yarn projects, like yarn used to be like the thing that would make my, for whatever reason, if I played with like yarn a lot, it would make my skin dry out and my hands would feel horrible. So if you like being tied up, all the yarn feels like a miserable way to do it. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not kink shaming. Just throwing it out there that like using yarn not super comfy. Okay. Someone's probably gonna hop into this comment section and be like, actually, yarn is great. And it's gonna like hardcore defend yarn, and I'm just gonna sit there like, why?
Days.
Is that normal?
Yes.
Okay. Are you just gonna leave me like this?
Why don't you break free for me? Show me that new body of yours.
Use that newfound strength, hatchling.
Not to worry. I've got a scrapbook bursting with photos already.
You took photos of me when I was asleep? Oh my god.
There.
Ooh. Ooh. Taking your sweet time like that. Laurel's been planning quite the surprise for you. There it is. That's my blood talking. Enough bickering for now. We've had eternity to rile each other up.
Today is your first day as a vampire. And as such, it's time for us to perform the official vampire welcoming ceremony.
What are you talking? Before we start, I need you to close your eyes. What are you doing?
Open.
It's the freaking party hats.
Happy birthday.
Aww. That's so nice. And then we're kind of back to where we were before, and we're good. So, we made it through the end of that route. Now I'm wondering, okay, so now that I'm sorry, wait. No, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Main menu. So now that we've gotten these, oh, wait, that was it. Oh. And I died like the same way like multiple times. Yeah, that's another thing that you can do. You can figure out how you want to die in the game. I thought that there was one where you ended up all together with everybody. Huh, there's not though. This is just like the main one. So I guess that brings us to the end of First Bite. So yeah, I guess I'll talk a little bit about my thoughts. Artwork is gorgeous. I like the overall kind of concept, and I definitely like the characters. Each of them are definitely like fleshed out and very unique in their own ways, but I can also see why there's like good character dynamics between them, and why there's like a lot of interest there, and there's like a lot of good dialogue there. I think I was just more so surprised about when I read about First Bite, like, in development, I thought it was kind of supposed to be a larger story, so it's not a knock against it. I'm just surprised by how short it is. And specifically what it decides to focus on, which is like turning into a vampire. And I thought, like, when it opens up and when we're walking by the apartment, I thought that there would be like a bigger, more grandiose story to it. And I guess that threw me off, that I kind of had this very like sinking, not a sinking sense, but like there's this underlying feeling that I had that there was like another layer to the story beyond let's meet these vampires and hook up. But you know what, fine. Like it's definitely for somebody. What I mean to say is that this is not like a wide sweeping like fantasy epic novel. It's not meant to do that. That's not the story that it tries to explore. It is strictly for those who really want to hook up with vampires. So, like, that's just something that I wasn't aware of, like, going into this game. And, like, speaking personally, I'm not really, like, a huge fan of vampires. And I know that people are going to be like, what? And I'm going to be like, yeah, no. Like, not the biggest fan of vampires. Although, when I saw this art coming out for this game, I was like, this is a must-have, and this is a must-play. And it certainly is. I feel like this game has definitely a lot to explore in terms of the I feel like this game has a lot of things to explore in terms of these characters and in terms of this world building that they're doing within a very short amount of time. I liked how they made some of this challenging to get from route to route. I thought that was quite fun. I'm not sure if I would find exploring all the deaths to be fun. Like, I don't think I personally, like, would care for that. But I think that it is interesting that they've added that kind of layer to the game so that you get rewarded even when you're losing. So I like that. So, yeah. The other thing, while I'm not going to complain about the length of the story, I do think that the pacing, because I don't agree with the idea, like, oh, this game was so short. Like, it was meant to be short? Like, that's not the point. That's not what I want to say. But the pacing of the story at times kind of felt a little strange. Like, I feel like we stay there very, very long in part 1. And if it was up to me, I wouldn't have it be broken down into 4 parts. I'd just have it do 3 and maybe lengthen out the second part in some way that made it interesting, added another layer of conflict. Just so that it kind of felt, because it kind of felt weird to me that part 1 sort of ends so abruptly. Part 2, we're still there. And the part 3, we finally get to the date, and part 4 is finally the ending. So it's, the pacing to me felt like off here and there at times, but I did really, really enjoy the visual novel overall. I really want to see what this team can do more so with fantasy, more so in the fantasy landscape. Maybe not with vampires, because like I said, I personally probably wouldn't play a vampire game again that was explicitly just about vampires, but I wanted to really give this game a shot just on the basis of the artwork and that quality of it alone. It was just fantastic. I mean, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and even when we've got the blend of these very kind of illustrated CGs that are very kind of manga influenced, I guess, in design, if you guys know what I mean. It's not strictly manga, but it kind of feels like that, versus sort of the painted art, the contrast of the painted art styles, like the painted CGs that kind of have more loose forms but still have such definition and shadows and effort that's being put into making them. I like the kind of the different contrast of the artwork. I almost want to say that I would love to see them do a game in one style or the other. Although this clearly, this probably took days to make. Just looking at how the light falls and the different curls and, all the ways that, the color kind of fades. This probably took days, but it would be so cool. I mean, art is on point. Art is on point for this one. This one, I think, is worth a play just on the basis of its art alone. And I did find it funny. Again, I think I came into this, the reason why I think I'm seeming a little bit off is because I came into this expectation that this game was going to have a story that went beyond just hooking up with hot vampires, and I thought, oh, like, there's going to be this underlying, like, vampire conspiracy. There's going to be some way that we have to help all of these vampires succeed in order to get to the end. And no, it's literally like these three are just super hella petty, and they will kill you if they don't like what you say. So that kind of definitely threw me off there, but I think it's still, again, worth playing. And I think that if you're into like strictly romance or like dating style visual novels, this has really masterful, really excellently written erotic prose that I think is really great to get into, and it's got beautiful art to boot. And I think that pretty much summarizes my thoughts on First Bite. But if you like this video, please leave a like, as it really does help the channel out. Also consider subscribing, and when you subscribe, be sure to hit the notifications bell so you get updates on when I upload future episodes. Without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Bye! I'd like to give a very special shout out and thanks to my patrons: Deep Dive Dylan, D. Roberts, Brian White, Caleb Putnam, Robin Harper, Bob Conway, Cody Webb, Maticus Sama, and Gus Fuss. Thank you all so much.